It is summer 1977. A lovely barbecue at the Maryland cottage of Undersecretary of State Beef Simpson is interrupted by one of the guests. She recognizes him as the Nazi who killed her family during the Holocaust. Beef kills everyone and calls a specialist named Travis to clean up the mess after his massacre. Travis also shoots Beef in the arm to create him an alibi. Jonah is a genius Jewish teenager who lives in Brooklyn with his grandmother Ruth. One night he becomes a witness of a horrific scene. A masked man kills Ruth with a gun. After the funeral, Jonah meets Meyer Offerman, Ruth's old friend from a concentration camp. Meyer gives Jonah his card in case he needs help. At home, Jonah finds Ruth's secret box with her notes, old letters, and a golden knife. In Florida, NASA chemist Gretel Fisher is found dead in her shower. An FBI agent named Millie Morris is sent there to investigate this case. She deduces that Gretel was poisoned by gas. Searching the victim's apartment, Millie finds a picture of young Gretel with Adolf Hitler. Trying to find Ruth's murderer, Jonah gets arrested himself. Meyer bails him out and brings him to his townhouse. They play chess, and Meyer tells Jonah about his and Ruth's past in the concentration camp. One of the camp guards, Heinz Richter, used captives to play human chess where each human piece was killed. Jonah finds Meyer's secret room. He steals a photo of the man who killed his grandmother. He is a toy store's owner. Jonah goes there and identifies this man as Heinz Richter. Heinz beats Jonah up and tortures him. He almost kills the boy, but Meyer arrives just on time and kills Heinz. It turns out that Meyer and Ruth have formed a secret group to hunt Nazis who managed to settle in the US. Jonah decides to join them. Travis is called by the colonel. She needs his help in creating the Fourth Reich. They both hail Hitler. Jonah meets other hunters. Sister Harriet, a warrior nun. Lonnie Flash, a master of disguise. Roxy Jones, a talented burglar. Joe Mizushima, a Vietnam War veteran. Mindy and Murray, brilliant weapon experts. Jonah proves himself as an amazing code breaker. Their next target is Karl Hallstetter. In the past, this man forced Buchenwald's captives to participate in sadistic singing competitions and executed hundreds of Jewish people. Now he is a famous music producer. The hunters infiltrate his house. They discover that he is secretly streaming a message throughout a tri-state area. They torture him to get the truth out of him, but Karl manages to take Jonah as a hostage. Joe kills him. Millie continues her investigation and finds out that Gretel had a brother named Hans. She visits his house, but his wife says that Hans is dead. Millie searches their house and finds photos of children from the concentration camp and a box with their teeth. Terrified, Millie flies back home. Travis is already tracing her, leaving a bloody string of murders behind him. The colonel blackmails an American politician. She makes him help pass a bill facilitating Latin American imports. At night, some Nazis listen to Karl's secret message and decipher it. It is info about an upcoming bomb explosion. Jonah feels guilty for Karl's death. He leaves the hunter squad. At home, Jonah reads Ruth's notes and discovers that she and Meyer had feelings for each other. Lonnie, Roxy, and Joe search Karl's house. His body is gone. Roxy is attacked by a female Nazi. They fight and Roxy kills her. Jonah meets Levi, Ruth's old friend and lawyer. He tells Jonah about how brave his granny was. Jonah starts seeing Ruth's spirit everywhere. Travis is spying on Millie, who now is investigating in Brooklyn. She visits Richter's toy shop and finds out that he was a Nazi as well. There, Travis finds a hint which leads him to Jonah. Sister Harriet finds a connection between Heinz, Karl, and a Swiss bank founded by a Nazi collaborator. Later, she makes a phone call and talks to someone in German. Mindy and Murray decipher Karl's message about the bomb. Jonah meets with Carol, the girl he likes. They head to Babel Comics where he works. There, Jonah finds his best friend killed by Travis and realizes that his fight isn't over yet. Millie finds Jonah and questions him, but Meyer interrupts their conversation. Jonah rejoins the hunters. The hunters infiltrate the Swiss bank looking for the secret box 630. They find a secret room where Nazis keep treasures they had stolen from Jewish people during the war. Meyer finds out that box 630 belongs to the Wolf. This Nazi, Ruth, and Meyer had a common story back in the concentration camp. He loved Ruth, but she rejected him and stayed with Meyer. The wolf did everything to make their life unbearable. Now he is number one in their targets list. Jonah is training with Joe. Meyer tells him more about the wolf and how he tortured young Meyer back in the camp. Their next target is Ghost. To find him, they need to catch his allies, Nazis named Moritz and Dieter. Jonah, Joe, and Harriet are sent to Alabama to find them. Meyer, Lonnie, and Roxy pursue another target, Tilda Sauer, the Ghost's ex-girlfriend and movie-making propagandist. Jonah, Harriet, and Joe tie Dieter up during his party and question him. He reveals that many Nazis were recruited by NASA after the war. He also tells the names of the Nazis who are present at the party. Harriet kills one of them, but she takes the second Nazi, Moritz, and drives away with him, leaving Jonah and Joe behind. Meyer, Lonnie, and Roxy torture Tilda, making her watch her own movies and eat horse shit. She doesn't confess. In German, she calls Meyer a great pretender, and he immediately kills her. Strange. Lonnie finds a suspicious red journal. Millie keeps digging for the info about Nazis in the US. In the toilet of the restaurant, she gets beaten up by two men. They blackmail her with pictures of Millie with her girlfriend. Travis detonates Meyer's car, but Meyer, Lonnie, and Roxy manage to survive and run away. Mindy and Murray are preparing for their daughter's wedding. Murray thinks about their first child, Aaron, who was killed in the concentration camp. Millie finds out about Operation Paperclip, in which the US recruited prospective Nazis to work in America. Harriet stuffs Moritz in her car's trunk. Beef manages to convince President Carter by his pseudo-patriotic speech in favor of the South America trade deal. Joe visits his old army buddy and finds out the current name of the Ghost. The red journal found by Lonnie turns out to be a novel called Vril. It is used by the Nazis as an instruction on how to run world conquest. At the wedding, Jonah discovers that Meyer might be his grandfather. Harriet gives Murray and Mindy a gift, Moritz, the Nazi who killed their son many years ago. Travis sets Meyer's secret room on fire. Mindy and Murray want to execute Moritz. They face a very difficult moral choice. Millie receives an envelope with the proof that Meyer's been hunting Nazis, which was sent by Travis. President Carter signs the South America trade deal. A reporter from the Washington Post starts digging for some dirt on Beef, but he threatens her. Later, Beef is attacked by an assassin in his own house. The colonel frames him. Lonnie, Joe, and Jonah find the Ghost. He looks like he has suffered from some chemical weapon. Ghost's daughter Una manages to escape. Using a music box from the Ghost house, Jonah deciphers coordinates for the Nazis' attack scheduled for tonight. Meyer admits that he is Jonah's grandfather, but their conversation is interrupted by Millie. She arrests Meyer for an interrogation. Travis leaves a bag with a bomb in a subway. The hunters trace him. Murray stays to disarm the bomb. Unfortunately, the bomb detonates and kills Murray. Another bomb explodes as well and brings a citywide blackout. Travis stabs Lonnie with a knife. Some deadly chemical cargo from Latin America arrives in the US on a ship. Millie frees Meyer and joins the hunters. Jonah tells everyone about Murray's death. In the Ghost's blood, Harriet finds a virtually undetectable pathogen which kills its victim after 6 weeks. Jonah comforts Mindy after Murray's funeral. Meyer finally tells Jonah why he and Ruth couldn't be together. Back in the concentration camp, the wolf made him kill a bunch of innocent people to save Ruth's life. It has dragged Meyer to the dark side forever. Mindy sees a vision of Murray and her dad's son, Aaron. They ask her to show Moritz some mercy. She goes to the basement and just shoots him. The hunters find out about the cargo with the chemical weapon which arrived in the US yesterday. They find and torture another Nazi, Von Braun. He reveals the colonel's plan to poison American people via corn syrup. The hunters find the way to destroy the pathogen. Now they have to infiltrate a factory in New Jersey and do it. The colonel initiates Travis into her clan with a creepy bloody ceremony. Lonnie undercover enters the factory and manages to turn the heat up on the pathogen vest to destroy it while Jonah is setting explosives in the building. Travis recognizes Lonnie and the hunters come to the rescue. Explosions and vat leaks kill most of the Nazis. Jonah is going to shoot Travis, but Millie stops him. She says that Ruth never wanted her grandson to become a murderer. The colonel escapes. In her car she sees Meyer. She tries to kill him, but the car dives off the bridge. At work, superiors make Millie keep her mouth shut. Later, Jewish Congresswoman Elizabeth Handelman offers Millie to join her special task force to bring hiding Nazis to justice. Meyer wakes up. He is disappointed that Jonah didn't kill Travis and tells him to leave. Beef runs away to the USSR using a new identity. Travis is in prison. He asks parents to hire a Jewish lawyer. Travis kills him to earn the respect of other prisoners and recruit them for his Nazi cause. Jonah wants to prove himself. He is looking for any files on Wolf in Ruth's papers. In her notes, he reads her memories about Jan Meyer. After the concentration camp, he told Ruth about his dream to say a Kaddish prayer and kill the wolf. Jonah also finds a plastic surgeon appointment card and guesses that it might be the wolf. He finds him and brings him to Meyer. Meyer immediately kills the man. But why didn't he say the Kaddish prayer? Jonah starts putting all facts together and realizes that Meyer is the wolf. He doesn't deny this. 30 years ago, the wolf killed Meyer and stole his identity. He had plastic surgery and started a life of Jew. Meeting Ruth after 30 years inspired the wolf to create the hunters. It gave his life some purpose. Jonah is terrified. He does what he has to do. Jonah says the Kaddish prayer and kills the wolf. Looks like the hunters are falling apart. Meyer is dead. Mindy leaves. Joe is being kidnapped. Jonah, Lonnie, Roxy, and Harriet decide to find 8 Nazis hiding somewhere in Europe. However, Harriet is playing a double game and hiding something from the hunters. Joe is taken to an Argentinian mansion. There he sees the colonel, who turns out to be Eva Braun, and her husband. Adolf Hitler is alive.